Hello, I'm Roger Bisbee and welcome to another builder's tool test. Today I'm going to be looking at bricklaying trowels and plastering trowels. Now there's any number of trowels on the market today, the Chinese ones costing half the price of some of the better quality ones. But how do you know a bargain? How do you know you're getting a good trowel and value for money? Well, to help me find out, I'm going to take these trowels out onto a few building sites and ask the people who use them day in, day out. And if they don't know a good trowel from a bad one, then nobody does.
Feeling that. That one's not too bad. WHS, work hard and starve.
I don't really, if you're going to go and buy something, you normally buy a Marshall trowel, don't you?
That's probably one of the better ones, I think. I mean, I would always use a Marshall trowel, personally, 'cause that's what I'm used to.
Well, I've got a really old trowel, I've had it about 15 years, and it's a MARSHALLTOWN, but it's not an American pattern, it's an old WHS pattern. And never seen another one like it. It's worn in nicely, it's got a nice handle and a good balance. My preferred weapon of choice.
So what is a builder looking for in a trowel? He's looking for good quality steel, something that's flexible, something that's responsive. The tool is really an extension of his arm. You see the way that they use them, scraping gently. It's really quite deft. There's nothing clumsy about it at all. And they're holding that trowel for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So it has to feel really comfortable. It doesn't want to cause calluses, and the balance, or what they call the hang, has to be absolutely dead right. Once they get used to a trowel, they know that trowel, they tend to go back and use the same trowel over and over again.
I've just dropped a few bricks with that.
Yeah.
You can see it shaking now, rapid.
Shall I try that?
Feels like it's going to come off.
This is the MARSHALLTOWN. Tried and tested, immediately feels exactly how you want it in your hand. I don't think it's just because of familiarity, but the handle size is perfect. That angle there falls just nicely onto your fingers where it needs to do. There's nothing here to get too clogged up with mess, so you can remain clean and tidy. The trowel's finished nicely, there's no deep burrs or anything, and that has got the perfect flex in that blade. Really, there's not a lot that I can say about that there's not to like. For a tool to use all day long, there's nothing that I can think of that, yeah, they need to brush up on that. They know what they're doing, they make a great trowel.
Bit front heavy, take a bit of wearing in, nice flexibility on the blade. I think that's important. The original WHS ones are so thick, they've got no flexibility to the blade, which means you can be a bit clumsy, a bit brutal when using it for fine circumstances.
Chilly that though, isn't it, that WHS? I've got those big Philadelphia blades for flimsy, you know? Yeah, quite like that one, more to the top. I would go MARSHALLTOWN, then that, then the WHS, then that.
Ragni, yeah.
And possibly the ox and that, but I'll probably, out of 18, I probably would buy one of them, to be honest, as a tradesman.
How do you use it?
MARSHALLTOWN, all day long.
First thing, probably balance. Make sure it feels right in your hand. Comfort, obviously it's something you use all the time, all day long. It's never out your hand, so it's got to feel right immediately. This trowel, straight away, I can feel where it's got a sharper edge there.
Yeah.
It's cutting onto my hand straight away. I can feel that against my hand, and all the time that's going to do my head in.
Slightly wider, not so long, so the front end balance isn't so uncomfortable. Yeah, I can see myself using that one. Obviously I think with all trowels it takes a certain amount of time to wear them in to get rid of that sort of blunt edge on them. And I think with trowels that you use every day, Small differences make a big difference.
First thing I notice is the handle is slimmer. That's okay, that's fine. It feels quite slim at the neck there. That's alright, it's quite comfortable. Slightly better balanced than the Faithful. Nice amount of flex in the trowel blade for me. I like that. The only thing I find with that, where this is very heavy and you've got this deep recess there, that is just going to fill up with pug, and then that pug will come round and eventually start being on your hands unless you are all day long flicking it off and banging it and digging at it, which will eventually become a bit of a nuisance.
This is a Tyzac. It will never like trowel up like 19 morning, do you know what I mean?
That Tyzac's pre-worn, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can get it on.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, with respect to the decorators, they don't want it tremendous anymore. Do you know what I mean? They don't want it troweled. Yeah, that's it.
The polishing, the people don't do polishing as much as they do they?
All of them would have been okay to stick on, but
to finish, they need a bit of breaking in here.
of course they do.
Having that in your hand all day long, size of it, and the weight of it compared to that Marshall towel.
So you wouldn't have the axis then?
No.
Yeah? So what's your preferred trowel then?
Marshalltown.
And is that the one you're going to stick to?
Yeah. But that's alright. This is the ox.
Ain't staying still, that one.
Oh, isn't it?
No, that's a steel one.
Oh, right.
See the rust on it?
Ah.
That's straight away, and we've only used it. That's got a nice handle on all the Faithfuls, not bad, doesn't. Let's see what that one's like. See what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, blimey.
But that's just because it's picking up a bit. That's because they're all new.
Well, the builders have spoken and you can't really argue with their decision. It seems that where some of those cheaper trowels might be good for the DIYer, the professionals tend to stick to what they know. And I suppose you can't really blame them.